that stuff that I did to him of all people, I like, bro, it's bad because JR did it the right way. JR was not a politician. He didn't bury other people. He would have arguments with Vince. He would confront Vince. He was the only guy that was really a stand-up guy in that position.
What is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Wrestling Outlaws. I'm here with the two outlaws themselves. Yeah. We got Outlaw EC3. We got Outlaw Vince Russo. And we're going to have a great time, just like we do every single week. EC3, what do you say? What say ye, man? You got something to say already. Let's go.
Like what you talk about when we're in that green room, it gets wild. And I hope I didn't waste all my good energy. I had a good vibe today going, feeling great. Got some cortisone in my ankle. I got Vince Russo's bicep just flexing to and fro. I still got it. We're going to take it home. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Those green room conversations are Patreon worthy. Let's just say that, man.
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
Hey, bro, I got hot news. Hot news.
You got a hot news, man.
I had to spend I spent the day today in LA.
Okay.
Very, very secretive meetings in LA that I can't talk about. However, my Uber driver.
Hold on, let me give you your news. Let me give you your news gimmick.
Yeah.
There you go.
My Uber driver was a pimp daddy. And we had time to kill before I had to go to the airport. Bro, this dude was driving me up and down the side streets of LA with like dozens of prostitutes on every corner. Bro, 12 in the afternoon. It was 12 in the afternoon, and these streets, every street corner was loaded with 6-7 prostitutes in LA.
Did he know them? Was he driving?
Oh yeah, he knew them. Yeah, he knew that. Yes.
Amber.
Yeah. I could not believe what I was seeing at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Crazy.
When's the last time you were in LA?
Oh my God, it's been a while.
Wow. Was it very prostitute-y when you were in LA last time you were there?
I don't remember it being that bad, but maybe I wasn't in the right neighborhood.
Yeah.
California's just turned itself into a real hellhole.
Yeah, brutal.
Most beautiful place in the country too. It's unfortunate.
Never been to LA. Never been to California. Closest west I've been has been in Vegas, and I've been to Arizona. That's
San Diego.
San Fran is a dive now too. It used to be awesome, man.
Yeah, we had the poop app where we had there's human feces are reported on an app, and they have just little piles everywhere. Real cool.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, too much.
Let's talk about really weird segue. Speaking of human feces, let's talk about
Let's talk about Sean Sapp. Is that where you were going to go, Doctor? That's where I went. That's where I went with it, bro.
That's where he went
right there with it. Me, right here.
Yes, indeed.
Bro, let's talk about this. Let's take Raju's agenda and rip it up and throw it away, because Raju doesn't like to talk about the things I like to talk about.
Let's do it.
Bro, on a serious note, bro, I first learned about and was exposed to and met Dave Meltzer in 1991. This is 2024, bro. We're talking 33 years.
Oh my God.
Wow. Bro, that dude has been taking a beating of late. Like I've never seen this much heat thrown Dave Meltzer's way in 33 years.
Was this before or after he reported somebody had their brain amputated?
Not sure.
Yeah,
I think the biggest Meltzer.
Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. This is what I heard.
I think the biggest Meltzer faux pas of late was the backlash.
The Dutch.
Oh yeah, that was
the Dutch. He buried himself. Still trying to justify these ratings. Like people are at the point of laughing at him.
When you say the Dutch, what do you mean?
Oh my gosh, bro. Dutch, Dutch was very, very sick. I mean, and his wife. It was touch and go.
Real fast, what are the two? Okay. Who are the two people you don't go after in this business online?
Well, I would say 3.
Okay. EB,
Dutch, Cornette, and Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stay away because you're not going to win. You're not going to win with any of those guys. But Dutch was very sick. And Tony Khan sent Dutch. Dutch did a GoFundMe. Tony Khan sent him $5,000.
That's nice.
So, and Dutch put Tony Khan over, and then Meltzer took that to put a spin on it of, how kind and generous Tony Khan is, even though, Dutch criticizes his booking and this, that, and the other thing. He totally turned it into a, pro Tony Khan story. And Dutch was really, really, really upset.
What a moral. That's just like this mentality these people have. It's so sickening. Like, we're in a business. It's not like politics or sports teams. Like, athletes talk mad to each other. It builds intrigue. It sends messages. You get in people's heads. Same thing. I mean, politics. These guys make these outrageous claims about people that are unfounded and unproven, with echo chambers bashing them down. Then they're shaking hands, sitting in the table together. Like, it's all a show. And like, just don't. Yeah, Dutch probably criticized his booking. Like, here's a perfectly good tweet to put over Tony. Tony Khan was very generous and gave $5,000 to Dutch Mantel's GoFundMe. I hope he's well. Boom, done. Boom.
Yeah. But everything has to be a gimmick, though, man.
Everything's a gimmick. Everything's a gimmick and a story and an angle.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just having a similar conversation in the green room about this stuff.
We were. And that could have been the show, too. The green room could have been the show.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a show in and of itself. So we always have a good time there.
I would change it up.
Say that again, East.
I said I would have changed. Then I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't have changed a thing. You got to go. One thing I try to promise is 100% authenticity.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Maybe 80.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about the Meltzer faux pas nowadays is that everything doesn't have to be a gimmick, man. It's okay to step out of the wrestling bubble and say, "Hey, I really wish this guy is doing well." What I mean?
It's also okay to step out of the wrestling bubble and say, "I was wrong."
Indeed.
God forbid. This may upset EC3 a little bit, but EC3 knows I put her over to the moon. 2 people in my life that I never heard say I was wrong: Dave Meltzer and Dixie Carter.
Wow. Even Dixie never admitted that she was wrong.
Nope.
The whole time.
And Vince did all the time. I'm telling Vince really? Would say, I was wrong about that. I misjudged. I thought Vince never had a problem saying that.
I can respect that.
He just would never, ever just say, and it's okay to make mistakes, man.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have to
fail to succeed.
You have to, right?
That's what bothers me about when people fail at things, and these people online go after them. This didn't work. That didn't happen. It's like, wow. But this did because I failed at that. That's even better than that could have been.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's just people projecting their insecurities.
Never done anything or built anything or tried for anything or had the damn courage to go out there and fall flat on their face. They just are not like-minded people.
Look, it takes a lot of confidence to be risky, man, for sure.
Although I've never been wrong either.
Oh, man. Yeah, it just messes up the whole gimmick. Has Dixie Carter ever admitted wrongdoing to you, EC3?
I can't think of the time. I can't.
Pretty much.
I didn't work on that level, though, where I'm in an office and this segment took a huge dip or
Gotcha.
No, I think admitting failure, admitting when you're wrong is one of the ultimate positives in good leadership.
I do too, man. I do too, and there's nothing wrong with it, man. That's how you become great. You become great by learning from your mistakes. There's only one guy. There's only one guy who didn't make any mistakes. Go ahead, EC3.
No, it's this little trick I learned about admitting you're wrong. This didn't happen because I empowered this person to do something and they couldn't get it done. So that's kind of, I've heard that one. That's a projection, though.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, I would have been world champion in WWE if I wasn't friends with Rockstar Spud.
But you know what? Like the thing with Dixie, though, and I will always say this, bro. Very, very, very early on, Double J stripped Dixie of any confidence she ever had, to the point of being scared to death to speak up and give her own ideas for her own company, which explains why, if she made a mistake, she never wanted to own it because of that. Like, I understand why she didn't do it, but I think it really would have helped her if she would have done it.
Yeah. Why do you think people give you so much heat, Vince, and they don't believe that you admitted any wrongdoing when it comes to like certain gimmicks and certain angles throughout your writing history of pro wrestling?
Because they want to believe that. They absolutely want to believe that, so they believe it. Meanwhile, I would have never achieved what I achieved if I didn't make a ton of mistakes along the way.
What's one mistake that you thought you made when you're?
Well, I mean, my biggest regret, bro. I never say, you know, like I feel I made a mistake with an angle or an idea, because if I thought it was a mistake, I would have never done it in the first place. I mean, right? I wouldn't have done it. My only regret, honestly, is that JR stuff. I mean, when I look back now, like when I say what was I thinking, I know what I was thinking. We were in a war, and it was absolute gloves off. Gotcha. But after the fact, looking back, I'm like, God, how did you because I got to tell you, man, the one, I don't know EC3's experience with JR, but Chris, I got to tell you, he is the one guy that was in a position of power that all the time that I worked for him, with him, never lied, never politicked, told you how he felt directly to your face. JR was the only stand-up guy out of all of them. And that's why when I look back at, you know, that stuff that I did to him of all people, I like, bro, it's bad, because JR did it the right way. JR was not a politician. He didn't bury other people. He would have arguments with Vince. He would confront Vince. He was the only guy that was really a stand-up guy in that position.
Can respect that.
Yeah.
EC3, what about you, man? What's your biggest mistake or two that you've made in the pro wrestling industry?
It was probably on the second run, being miserable, half concussed, not barging into Vince's office and cutting a promo on him that would either have gotten me fired or pushed. It's easily the biggest. It's probably the only real big regret I have. It's hard to have regrets because, like, sometimes regrets, if you regret something that happened, dude, it was supposed to happen, so this could happen. It was like, it was part of your journey, so you shouldn't have them. But I would have much rather gotten fired after cutting some scathing promo on this degenerate, bat, loony, old man way past his prime, fucking fake face, Botox to his brain, fucking shit side part, sadistic sexter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, EC3 wants to cut a promo on Vince McMahon. Here we go.
Oh, no regrets. Hope you're doing well.
Come on. You know you wanted to cut that promo. You were getting fired up, man. You were getting ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
it's all good, man. Well, I appreciate. Go ahead, EC.
Oh, yeah, one part of that story too is like, because the office wait was just a mind F and so demeaning. And like you're waiting there for hours and you don't get in 80% of the time. There was, I had it. I'm like,
you've been in that line before?
Oh yeah. But I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm not like, I'm going to do the knock and open. And I did it, right? Open. And I walk in there and sitting there, and then there's Shane, and then there's Triple H, and then there's Steph, then there's Heyman, and then there's Hayes and Laurinaitis, and they're all sitting there having a meeting, and they just look at me and I go, I'll be back.
Oh man, that was a perfect time to cut a promo right there, man. That would have been great.
But
just
like,
hijack the meeting, man.
Yeah, but if you isolate him, he could probably resonate. But if you do it in front of people, he's going to make the power. Yeah, but I regret it. So you're right. Yeah, I suck.
Yeah, my philosophy, man, as a therapist, man. Hey, we all live with regrets, man. You know what I mean? The people who grow are the people who learn from them. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of saying, there's no regrets. That's bullcrap, man. Everybody has regrets in their life, and everybody's had moments in their life where like, I really could have done that better. Hey, man, lesson learned. If you learn from it, grow from it, and there you go, man.
Do you think the guy that had no regrets, RAGRETS, tattooed on his knuckles, I think he regretted
that. Yeah, that was a regret for sure. Have you heard about that, Vince?
No, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so a guy had no. He meant to have no regrets on his knuckles.
Yeah,
but he like spelled it wrong. It was really bad, man. It was
no
really bad.
regrets.
Yeah, no regrets.